Hey everyone, this is Randy Searles. So I'm a former Green Beret and Ranger who I'm now working as a developmental editor, ghostwriter, and book coach. And I set up this YouTube Live specifically to help writers, specifically military writers and vets, get to know the publishing world, write better books, and find, edit their own books, or at least get to know me as far as an editor if they need my services. So usually I have my buddy Dan with me, who is a former client of mine, and I helped him work on a couple of his books, but he can't make it today. So I'm going to run this solo. So I guess today I wanted to talk about. So lately, I've been getting a lot of clients with memoirs or nonfiction books. And the biggest question that they never answer is who are who is their ideal reader? And this is really important. So a lot of them will say that they're books for everyone, or they will really select a lot of different categories that they're books for. But it's really important for authors to kind of dial in and figure out who their super fan is. That is their ideal reader, the person that's going to pick up this book, read it cover to cover, and then go out and out in the world and say, "This is the best book I ever read. It's exactly what I needed. It helped me level up in ways I didn't even think were possible," and basically sing praises of your book. And that is who you're writing this for. And that is really important because you want to write every chapter for that guy or girl, that person. Okay. Every chapter needs to talk to that person and engage with their pain point, whatever their problem is, whatever problem you're solving for that person. Every chapter is moving that person towards a solution. And you may have parts of that book that are for a different kind of person, or the whole book may appeal to other categories of people. But your super fan is who you want this book to, dive in. You want this book to influence, to spread the word of your book. And that is something you have to grasp if you want to be successful in writing your book. Um, because I've just read a business book recently where they wanted to talk to everyone in the business world, but the author was a military veteran, and he kept reverting to all his examples were military. He kept talking about transitioning and and a lot of other um, uh, things that reference the military. And so, really, he was talking to transitioning military members, but he wanted it to have a broader sphere of influence. And that's great. You can have that objective. Those can be your secondary audiences, but you really need to talk to your ideal reader so that those people are going to read your book and give you great ratings and get your book out there. And then if it appeals to other people, those ideal readers are going to talk to those other people and say and see a situation where this book can help them. Is like, hey man, you want to know more about this? Read this guy's book. Especially chapters 4 through 6 or something like that, and then you'll have that broader appeal. But unless you target your ideal audience, you're not gonna focus this book, and it's going to be so generic vanilla because you're going to try to write a chapter for everybody that no one's going to love it. And that's what you want. You want someone to love it that's going to sing praises to about it. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you really want to have your message. Okay. And your message is the promise to your reader that you're gonna take them from this point of knowledge. You have to know where your reader starts? What's their pain point? Why did they pick up your book? What are they looking for? What problem do they want you to solve? And what problem does this book solve? And make sure those are aligned. You want to find that message, find that problem that they want to solve, and then talk about it in the introduction. The the book shouldn't be a surprise. Okay. The introduction should say, hey, I understand your pain point. I've been there. That's why I wrote this book. So if you're having this problem, this book is going to solve it. And this is how I'm going to solve it. And then put the solution that there in the introduction. You don't have to put all the details in there. Obviously, you want them to read your book, but you want to tell them, you want to promise them how they're going to be successful when they read this book. And you want to tell them where you're going to take them by the end of the book. You want to say, I understand your pain problem. I'm with you. I had the same problem. I solved it. This is how I solved it. I did this, 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 and this. And that's what this book's going to talk about. And at the end of the book, when they walk away, you need to have done exactly what you promised in the beginning. You made that promise, you need to keep it. And so you walk them through that process, whatever it was. And at the end of the book, you have a conclusion. You're like, hey, if you had this problem, I hope this book helps you solve that problem. And if you use this, for 90 days, 60 days, 120 days, or if you just use this technique consistently, I'm very convinced that you'll be in the same place I am with that problem solved and moving on in the world. And so that is how you're going to engage your readers with your nonfiction books. Now, with memoirs, you can write a memoir for your family. You can write a memoir for your friends, and that's fine. And you don't even need an editor for that. Just tell them what you want to tell them, and ideally organize it chronologically. And then you can get it, looked at, copy edited with ProWritingAid or Grammarly. And then you can find a cover for like $50 at getcovers.com, or for $500 if you want for I need a bookcover.com. And then you can probably get a YouTube video and figure out how to format it. Maybe you can buy Vellum or Atticus and you can format it yourself. It'll take you a couple days and a couple hours of video watching. All right. And then you can watch a video and put it on Amazon, and that will be your memoir, and it'll be great. And you can put photos in it and it'll be fine. Now, if you want to write a memoir that you think is going to change people, you need to understand what that change is, just like a nonfiction book. You need to understand that who you're going to attract with this kind of memoir. What is your message, your theme, how is your reader going to change? Usually through knowledge that you're going to give them in the memoir from your experiences. What cautionary tale are you going to tell them that's going to help them with whatever problem they have? Ideally, the similar problem to what you had. Is it alcohol? Is it drug abuse? Is it transitioning out of the military? Is it getting into a new profession, completely new profession? Is it starting a business? Whatever it is, whatever you went through that you think you need to share and that you think people will be pleased to learn about, you need to figure out where they're starting, what problem you're solving once again, and how you're going to help them by the end of the book, because that's going to be your promise to them. And you need to keep that promise when you tell your story, and you need to be very upfront about that. And this is even more important nowadays than it ever was before, because in the past, they couldn't, anybody couldn't just go on Amazon and give you a 1 star, and which will, takes 15 5 stars to raise back to 5 stars. Okay. So you want the people who pick up your book and read it, you want them to enjoy the book. And you want to make promises that you can keep in the introduction, in the front of the book, so that they're not disappointed with the book. And that's super important. Otherwise, you're going to get bad ratings, you can get low stars, and you're not going to get into the Amazon algorithm, and you won't sell as many books as you could have. So those are the 2 big things, okay? Identifying your ideal reader and coming up with the message that the change that you're going to move your reader through by the end of the book. And then, and so next week, Dan will be back and we're going to talk about how to write a fiction book and come up with a structure for your outline for your fiction book. And so you can get started on writing your best book. Thanks very much for joining me.